Jason, thanks for joining us. We want to talk about what you're up to and about the local scene, but I understand you've actually organized bus tours of local startup companies. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes. I organized in the early part of the year a ecosystem bus tour. Even as a community leader, I couldn't say I've seen every aspect of all the different hubs in the region. So it made it important for me to bring all my peers and invite the whole community to take part in a bus tour. And we got a coach bus and we hopped all through West End to downtown and make physical connections, the bridges between Canada, downtown, and see what everyone's up to and give them a platform to talk to all the community builders.
That's awesome. You know, you've been an entrepreneur in town for a long time. You're one of the first entrepreneurs I met when I first moved here back in 2005. How has the ecosystem, how has the community of entrepreneurship changed in Ottawa over the last decade or so since you've been around?
It's about learning what is that term ecosystem, and the sort of vernacular I use is if you look at the ocean and you have a coral reef, it is a living organism. But only once you have the whole food chain present and all the different size and contributors in the food chain where you have a larger tech company like yours and the media able to support the message and the positioning and the furthering, does that ecosystem continue to grow? So I've seen in actuality people participate in one area, understand, there's other facets where I can apply my talents, give contribution, be a community builder, and volunteer. And that volunteerism and that giving back is something I've been espousing and I live. Because my mantra is I'm about 2 parts business, 1 part community philanthropy, and that's the way I like to do my business.
So give us an idea of a typical week for you, because you're an entrepreneur in residence, you're kind of an activist when it comes to entrepreneurship. So give us a sense of what your life is like.
I always leave my mornings to get emails done, to get those activities out of the way. And lunch meetings are always either with business to move forward, and I invite the conversation when people want to have that intro and to meet myself so that they could inquire as to where they should go next. And so I kind of play, as Bruce Lazenby joked, said, you're kind of like the startup cop, traffic cop. So, okay, I can wear that hat, sure. And I use my afternoons to basically, wherever I need to be, I'm a portfolio entrepreneur. My thing is I'm the art of the startup guru. I work with entrepreneurs to get them through that nebulous early startup and find the resources, the people, the talent, the finances, and get the business operating to a point where it can be sustained and profitable. And then I look for the next opportunity that I could be equally passionate with them. So my days get filled like that, and evenings, networking, socializing is great.
That's awesome. So as someone who is their ear to the ground in the community, what's your favorite startup that none of us have ever heard of in Ottawa that you think is going to be a big deal in a couple years? Pick anyone you want.
Anyone I want. It's about the pivots they have to make. One is called Repair Quote. It's because he's got natural entrepreneurial instinct and what he could do to be the Uber of repair quotes when, say, autonomous cars come to reality, where you don't have to worry about where your car is going to get fixed. If he can get his head wrapped around those opportunities that I've been showing him the light, I think he's going to have a phenomenal opportunity at his hand. He'll need the talent.
I love hearing those stories. That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool.
So what does Ottawa need to do to take it to the next level?
I'm glad you asked. The way that I've been looking at things and taking a sort of strategic approach is looking at where are some of the gaps that I want to fulfill. And the grassroots team at Startup Ottawa has been, getting strength, and we had new membership and leadership. And I stepped to another role to look at how can I engage youth. So I started with a couple others at Carleton at the 1125, where I'm an entrepreneur resident, an incubation program to introduce them to the concepts of business model, lean startup, and the ecosystem. And half of those entrepreneurs have graduated to other parts of the ecosystem and got new financial resources. So I want to really keep on that task of the youth engagement. And we struck a working group with ONFE, Albert Wong, and the Ontario Network for Education. That's where I feel there's going to be a big impact. And the other one is build a platform of digital interactive media. I come from the media background. I feel that cluster really needs something of a platform, and Ottawa 2017 is a phenomenal platform with the world looking on that we can offer something.
That's awesome. Well, Ottawa's lucky to have you, Jason. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Love your passion for this, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.